post-traumatic
Trauma,
stress. There's
yeah.
a lot of other issues around mental health affect men because of the violence that they have experienced. And maybe it's for us as a society to also know this type of violence so that when people go through, you are able to maybe provide guidance.
Yeah, and be able to identify that this person is actually going through this type of violence,
Because I think when this person did not get the help they deserve, should they have been now in the case of sexual violence, they can have resentment and anger, and all this is building up. Understanding that they did not get the help that they deserve, we don't know, because some of them, they can end up being perpetrators. It's like they teach you to be the evil person.
Yeah.
They inflict with evil. Now, maybe you internalize the evil. And you also want to prove to other people that you are not this soft.
Yeah.
You want to claim dominance, of which is a problem.
So a lot of men, like you were saying, we like to portray this image of us being providers, being strong, being dominant, and to have it happen to us in which we are suppressed by our partners or suppressed by even other men, like in the prison setting that you were saying. So these types of gender, what brings them up, or what types of gender-based violence are this, in terms of why do men not speak about them when they happen? Why do they choose to be quiet? And what causes these things? Is it because the woman sees a gap, or because they just realize that they can take the opportunity and the men won't speak about it?
I think the notion of men being under woman on its own, that power dynamic creates a friction between the two genders.
Okay.
And I also think that men don't speak so much about them being vulnerable because we expect them to be dominant. We expect them to be the leaders. We expect them to be the providers. So if now this man is subjected to be under woman and now a victim, it is not easy for a man because society puts men as strong.
Yeah.
Men is supposed to be very strong. But unfortunately, if you are violated, you're supposed to go and seek help. You cannot be strong and keep quiet.
Yeah.
At least if you are strong, for me, you are strong when you give report your issue and explain what had happened. Because at the end of the day, we cannot deal with this gender-based violence issue in the country as it is claimed as a pandemic, but we're only looking at one side of the story. Yeah. And also we are not reporting. Because now if we're not reporting, we won't know that the people are actually... Come up, Yes. So now the causes of this, it's a lot because it can stem from culture. When I'm saying culture, some people are brought up in a way that you don't look into a man when you speak to them. And women are this, I don't know how to...
Over submissive.
Yes, they're supposed to be submissive.
Yeah.
But we're forgetting that there's so much transformation in our country and in our lives that we can find that the same person that's supposed to be submissive is actually the provider in the family. Then how do we deal with the roles now turning and changing? Yes, how do we balance that? Because it creates an imbalance if now it's the female that calls the shots, but now the man is supposed to assume that role and be the head of the household. I guess maybe when it comes to now their partners, it's up to them how they decide how they can
maneuver around.
Yes, maneuver around that, because yes, you can be the financial muscle in the family, but I still do.
Yeah, still respect you as the man.
Yes, I still do the rules and regulation in the household as a man. It doesn't take my power away. And also I'm still the authority figure. You still have to pass things via me and ask me for permission and stuff. Of which I think we're not there yet. Because what I've realized is that when females are not the sole provider, but they are the highest earning in the couple, it shifts. It shifts. Dynamics. Yeah, the dynamics change in the relationship. of what we need to look into that, because some of the issues of gender-based violence, it comes from the issue of power dynamics.
Very true. Now, let me ask this now, a personal question, out of curiosity. Let's say now I'm getting abused in my house, let's say physically or verbally or emotionally. Now, I have this image that as a man, I cannot speak out, right? But let's say now it got into a point where I can't take it anymore. How then do I voice it out, and to who? Do I now go to another woman? Do I go to another man? Do I go to a gathering? How do I speak out as a man without feeling as though I'm being diminished?
Okay, it's a beautiful question. And I think that's important because a whole lot of people are going through that and they don't know where else to go. For me, I feel that the first thing you need to do is to see that you are actually going through the gender-based violence. See the elements of the violence. And firstly, I wouldn't say advice. I will say find the safe space to speak of your problem. Safe space can be formal, it can be informal. Informal in a space that you're speaking to somebody you are trusting. It can be a community member, a friend, somebody in church, or somebody in a Stokvel group with men, or a gathering where you know most of you know each other, or even you don't know each other, but you discuss things and it ends there.
Okay.
It can be more of an informal therapeutic group. Or in a formal sense, it can be through professionals. I know some people will shy away from going to police stations, but in police stations, there are victim-friendly rooms. They are there for a reason.
Okay.
Because now you cannot divulge all the issues of your gender-based violence in public, in the police station setting, because they're in the charge office, they are making noise. There is no sense of secrecy. You cannot say your things that are so vulnerable in front of everybody. But if you ask to speak to somebody in the victim-friendly room, at least there it is private. It gives you that safe space for you to say all your issues, and they will be attended to in a manner that it does not discriminate you as a man who have been through violence. So apart from the police station, you can also approach social workers. Social workers, they have a big role to play, if I may say so. Social workers that does gender-based violence, they intervene in different levels, depending how far or how severe the problem has gone. Sometimes, apart from that, you can go to your traditional leaders, and we forget them. You have leaders in the community, religious people. Those people, they have a role. I'm happy you asked that, because the policy of gender-based violence, it says different entities, they have a role to play. And these people we're speaking of now, your traditional leaders and your religious leaders, they are part of the people that you can speak with that needs to intervene in issues of gender-based violence.
And speaking of social workers, a lot of black men and men in general, we don't believe in therapy. Is that something because we feel as though we are opening up too much to a stranger, someone that doesn't know us. Is this something you would encourage?
I will very much encourage, because social workers are trained professionals. When I'm saying trained professionals, they will help within their scope of practice, obviously, with almost everything when it comes to social issues.